Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Finance on Your Terms. As always, I'm your host Mike Benesiak, and thanks for tuning in. This week's topic actually is building on what we talked about last week, which is saving for a kid's education. And what I want you to keep in mind, just like last week, is that retirement should always take precedence over saving for a child's education, just because there are no loans, there are no scholarships for retirement. But if you find it in your budget to be able to save for a kid's education as well, great. How do you do so? Well, there's lots of different ways that you can save money. It could be anything from a simple savings account in a bank or an investment account at a financial institution. But if you're looking for some added advantages, one way to save for higher education is a 529 plan. And some of the things that are offered by a 529 plan are as follows. One is control. You as the owner of a 529 plan never lose control over the account. That means the child can never take control of it. So you always know where the money's at, you always know what's going in and going out of the account, and you know how it's being spent. Second is that there's no age at which the child has to take the money out. There's no age at which the money has to leave the 529 plan. So whether a kid goes to college right up front or waits a few years, or you're talking 10 years or 20 years down the road, wants to go back to college, that's okay. The money can stay in the 529 plan growing, again, under your control. Third is actually tax advantages. And the tax advantages, depending on your state, can be very beneficial to you. So look into what tax advantages you might be able to be saving by putting money into a 529 plan, not only on deductions that you might be able to take by putting the money in the plan, but also how the money leaves the plan if there's any growth that isn't taxed when the money gets spent. And the fourth and final advantage of a 529 plan is being able to shift who the beneficiaries are. So let's say that one of your kids doesn't go to college or maybe gets a scholarship, or whatever else there may be out there. You can shift the money that you've saved in that 529 plan from one child to the other child. Or maybe one of you, as parents, are going back to college, you can shift it into a 529 plan for yourself. This can happen among multiple relatives, so there's a lot of flexibility that comes within a 529 plan, not only with the control, not only with the tax advantages, not only with the ages, but also in shifting of beneficiaries. So keep this all in mind, that there's a lot of options for you for saving higher education, and the 529 plan may very well be a great tool for you to use. This has been this week's edition of Finance on Your Terms. Thanks again for joining me. Let me know any comments or suggestions or ideas below, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.